Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of World of Winter with your host, me, WinterTooth100, and it has been forever and a day since I have been on the server, and well, I think it's time we get back to work and start doing all the stuff. But before we do anything, we need to check on our shops. Look at this, we haven't been to our shops in so long. I wonder how many diamonds we've actually gotten from these things since we've been away, and oh my goodness. We've made so many diamonds. There's so many. I'm actually a little surprised because usually when I'm not on the server, there's not too much activity going on the rest of this server. But look at all of the neat builds that are showing up in the shopping district. I am so excited about being back on the server. We'll continue to keep doing both of the series. Don't worry about that, RL Craft and World of Winter. But it's just so nice. Look at all the new buildings that have popped up. Oh, these are so fantastic. I believe this one's by Bella. And these ones back here, I believe, are by Bagel, Princess, and Mila. We have the auction house right here. I think this is just a player's house, honestly. I think someone's just living here. So that's pretty cool. But let's get on our horse. His name is Teddy. Haha, wink wink. We have Teddy. Let's get on our horse. Let's head back. We have a ton of work to do on this server. So let's not dilly-dally. Let's get to work, shall we? Back here in the Zelda map that we have been working on here in World of Winter lately, we are going to be working on several new chunks. In fact, I think we're going to go for a new record. Last time we constructed 4 chunks, and if my memory serves me correctly, I think we even finished a 5th that we had started previously. So 4.5 chunks roughly. I want to beat that record today. We haven't been in World of Winter in some time, and this place needs just a little bit more love. I don't want anyone thinking that we forgot about this project or that we're giving up on it. Oh no, we are not giving up on this project at all in any capacity, and we are going to shoot for the stars here, and we're just going to see how many chunks, Zelda chunks, we can actually finish. We know we have the desert in these 4 chunks right here. We know that the lake is in 4 chunks on the opposite side, and there's a whole bunch more to the north of it. But I think we're going to focus on trying to get the rest of these down here. And we're going to be rolling a pretty epic third-person time-lapse. I know, it's a winter thing. We've done it once before where it's been roughly around 4 minutes. And obviously you can tell by the fact that there's been no construction here. I haven't actually filmed it yet, but I have frozen the sun in the sky for the sake of the replay mod, not having to zoom through the night and day cycle super quickly and being disorienting. For the time-lapse to be extra good. I want the time-lapse to be extra good for you guys. We're going to throw on the shaders. It's going to look fantastic. And this is going to be one of those long time-lapses. So grab your sippy sips, grab your snacks, sit back, maybe put some headphones on so you can really enjoy the music. And enjoy this time lapse. Oh my goodness. The time lapse wasn't quite 4 minutes, but it is pretty long. We got it up to 3 minutes 20 seconds roughly, and it took me 3 days to do it. It genuinely took 3 days to make that time lapse. I'm gonna you know me, I'm gonna come clean with you guys. I would tell you the truth. I had to cheat one time for just a tiny little reason, and I'm sure you'll probably never be able to guess what that reason is. What I cheated for. You'll never figure it out. No, it's impossible to know what I had to do. And well, I just needed a handful of them to really sell this place. So I'm a cheater. You can say it, I'm a cheater. This thing was so important to this build, and we absolutely needed it. And I'm not gonna tell you what it is. You're just gonna have to look around and figure it out for yourself. But this place certainly has come together, and I didn't miss it. Aha! I thought I missed putting wool in for one of these. This desert isn't exactly accurate. There's supposed to be 14 of these like dead body things on the ground, and I believe we have 11. I think we have 11, just without counting off the top of my head. We just something about them. I think these are too big, honestly. I think these are only supposed to be 2 blocks, and that could have possibly bought us the last 3 we needed. But it is what it is. And we have the place up here. What's it called? This temple. Duh. It's literally called the Desert Palace. Well, we got the Desert Palace, and this actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I really thought that this was going to be the place where the build kind of started to deconstruct. And admittedly, it does feel like it is deconstructing a little bit here. There's a ton of details in these particular statues in this area, like a ridiculous amount of details. But I feel like we did it enough justice that they look pretty good. And we're gonna put some barrier blocks at the end of this. We're gonna put barrier blocks along a bunch of stuff to prevent players from just walking up here, right? Because you're not supposed to be able to just walk up here. No. You're supposed to do the thing and make these move, which will make this an inaccessible area. Literally just being up here, you won't be able to get up here because barrier blocks will be in the way. So that'll be nice. I've already gone ahead and I've done barrier blocks above the cactus. When we had them 3 blocks tall, they were too tall. I didn't like them. They didn't look right. So we did put in some barrier blocks. I guess technically I would have had to quote unquote cheat for that too, but that's actually a command. You just give yourself a command and you can just give yourself barrier blocks. But be super careful with them, because once you place them down, they are like bedrock. They do not break. So you have to be super careful about putting them down in the world. But we got those in. Let's move on over to the next place, shall we? Quick side note. I have always referenced this place as a sort of swamp, but on the surface it doesn't really look like a swamp. Turns out this place is actually called the Great Swamp. So, ha! I was right. I knew it was a swamp without knowing it was a swamp. I'm so smart. But you come through here and we reach Lake Hylia. Ooh, yes. I was really excited about getting this one built in. Had to do some banner work. I actually had to go into a creative world to figure out how to do a banner pattern that even looked remotely similar to the shields that are posted out front of that particular place. Super simple, very rudimentary little thing. In fact, we can swim over there. We did make this so there's the shallow spots are in the correct shallow spots, and then everywhere else you have to, swim. So I'm very happy with that. We'll work our way right over here, and you'll be able to pop out just like you can in the game. Had to do a little terraforming here. In fact, we're gonna continue to do some more terraforming here. I'm gonna, instead of making these straight lines, I'm gonna round this out a little bit. I've been looking at it after the fact, and it's just too straight. And I wanna mess it up a little bit. But we actually have some elevation difference here that's not actually present on the map itself, because there are no elevation changes on the map. Even though the map has a ton of elevation, there are no actual places of elevation change. So this is one of the places where that elevation change happens in a real 3D world, such as Minecraft. Little house over here. It's nothing special, it's just acacia wood with some prismarine on top and some spruce slabs. The spruce slabs, when they're piled up in even numbers, will get this funny little pattern, which looks really nice. There's supposed to be some kind of statue things or something out here. It turned out really well, I'd say. Here's just another example of a place that has elevation on the map, but there isn't actually an elevation change in the game, so we have to physically create that elevation change. And moving across the water, we do have I believe this is the Pond of Happiness. I think that's the one that appears in the lake. There's two of them. There's the Wishing Well and then there's the Pond of Happiness, where you go in here and you can give the rubies to the big fairy, and she'll give you upgrades to your bombs and your arrows. Additionally, we have another Dark World waypoint, which won't be functional, and this also doubles for in the Dark World. This is the island that takes you into the Ice Palace. There is one little thing though, and that is this guy right here. This is another example of the real life measurements not adding up to the screens being shown to me. And this right here, where it finally flattens out, that's 2 blocks wide, where it actually, you know, flattens. This is actually the cutoff point on the map itself. But as you can see, that's 4 extra blocks going left and right on the map, east and west, that wasn't actually reaching. So I had to look at this next chunk and figure out these 4 blocks for it. And then that basically means that on this side it's going to do the same thing. It's just going to be a wider wall over here, just slightly wider. You really won't be able to tell. We may have to do a little bit of changing / editing to this particular mountainous dirt pile thing, because there is a waterfall that comes off of this right about here and drops down, and I don't know what that elevation is going to need to be, but it's possible we may need to either make this taller or possibly a little shorter, but it should be pretty straightforward. We did set a new record today though. That is 9 Zelda chunks all completed within 1 episode. And let's take a look from the third person camera real quick. You should be seeing an eye in the sky view of the lake, and we'll have it swoop over and check out the desert, just so you guys can have another top-down view of it. But that is 9 Zelda chunks completed in today's episode, and that means 9 times 4, that is 36 Minecraft chunks, guys. 36! Alright, come back to me. Come. Yes, right there, yes. Look at me in the eye face. That's with the face that contains the eyes. 36 chunks have been built. By the end of this, do you realize that we're gonna have completely filled in 256 chunks, like Minecraft chunks? That is insane. Have you guys ever heard of the 256 chunk challenge? Me either, but we're definitely starting here, and you can bet I'm gonna try to make this a trend. I'm sure you've heard of the 1 chunk challenge. This is the 256 chunk challenge. It's more difficult because there's more space that needs to be filled in, I'd say. But oh my goodness, guys. In an effort to keep these videos a reasonable length, we're actually right at the end of the episode. If my math is correct, and it usually only sometimes is, we're right about the 15-minute mark, and that's about where I want to keep the videos. My goal is to shoot for 15 minutes, and we've been just going way over that with RL Craft, because there's just every single day has something new and exciting over on RL Craft, versus here on World of Winter we have to make everything ourselves, which can be equally as fun. But when the game is telling you that stuff is happening and you don't get to control that aspect of it, sometimes recordings just go really long on RL Craft. But here we're able to actually control it a little bit better, and we did have a voting poll thing in our community Discord, link in the description down below if you're not a part of our Discord team, and I had peeps vote if they wanted to see these videos be premiered more often. So, hi Premiere, how's it going? If I did this right, if I remembered like a smart bear, this should technically be debuting in a premiere. So, hi, hello, my friends. I apologize that the video is about to end. You stupid bear! Why are you ending the video so abruptly, so soon? It feels like we barely did anything. I know, but it's the 3 days of making a time lapse that really took a huge chunk out of the time. to make this particular video. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the time lapse was a lot of fun for everyone, as it was for me to make it. And that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.